Yo, what up, though? I got 3 Stripes in the building. Hey, South Georgia in the building, 229, my residence. Hey, man, I kicked it down in them woods.
Yeah.
Heavy,
Yeah.
heavy. From America to Cordell to
Albany,
goddamn
Tilton,
Albany.
out here.
Yeah, hell
Moultrie,
yeah.
that where I'm from.
Hey, man, okay, man, down there in the woods, man. That's the first time I ever had goddamn. Actually, tilapia was the first time I ever had it, was down there. I never
Um,
had tilapia in my life.
well, I don't eat fish, so I don't eat tilapia. But you know, Charlotte originally from Moultrie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, that's
His
what's
daddy
up.
moved them. Big Carlos moved them to Atlanta.
Got you.
You know, me and him, we cousins. He ain't never been to Moultrie. Well, he been there a couple times. He visited, but you know,
So for people who don't know, man, because anytime people think of Georgia, they only sit and think of Atlanta.
yeah.
Tell them about South Georgia, man. Like, what makes South Georgia special to you?
South Georgia, what's special to me about is it's like that we gotta make our presence known, you know. So I'm trying to do my best to try to put on. Well, where I'm from I'm from the same area of Field Mob. I forgot to tell
Got you.
y'all ever heard of Field Mob?
I heard the film, man.
They from Albany, which is like 20 minutes away from Moultrie, but they didn't keep it going. I'm trying to be the one that come out there
Yeah.
and just make a big splash. But I like how everybody basically they stick together they stick together sometimes, you know, and everything just is small and it ain't too much going on. I don't
Got
really
you.
like to be in Atlanta because it be too much going on for me, you know. I like to be in my small city where I'm from. I like that.
I got you. Now, being in South Georgia, when I first got there, man, I swear to God, I felt like everybody needed subtitles. I couldn't understand shit nobody was saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I was saying earlier off camera, like, hey, cool, I'll be right back. Like, what?
Yeah, that's how we talk.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, hey, man, come down to Obama Circle and we going to be at the Huh House. I'm like, the Huh House?
Yeah, the
So,
whole
so I'm driving around looking for the Huh House because this Yankee from up north. I'm like, bro, I don't see no Huh House. They was like, bro, it's right next to the Chevron. I'm
yeah,
like, what?
you ever heard of A-Back school? We be like A-Bite.
Yeah,
I'll be right back.
yeah, I'm right,
That's how we
back.
talk.
Yeah, man. So I did have a good time down in the woods, man. So take me on that journey, man. Who inspired you into music and how did you get into it, especially coming from like the deep south of Atlanta? I mean, Georgia.
Well, you know, my daddy, he lived in New York. He was raised in New York once my grandma went to prison. So
Damn.
he always put the music in me. And then with me being the cousin of Shada Low, I was always like, I couldn't get to him because I was a kid,
Got you.
you know, and my daddy and him ran in two different circles. My daddy was in the streets, but he was in the streets in South Georgia and driving trucks and stuff. But we all family. So I was like, man, I'm finna try to be the next big thing that come out of Moultrie, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna try to go hard so Cuz can recognize me.
Yeah.
But by the time I started taking music seriously, he had them die. I went to prison. My cousin went to prison, you know.
But what, man? Like, first, let's back up because not everybody grandma goes to prison.
My grandma went to prison. She went to prison for murder. She stabbed a lady like 100 times. She got
Damn.
into it with a lady about a man.
Huh.
And the lady was like, she was gonna kill my grandma when she see her. My grandma killed her first.
Oh, that's real.
And she went to prison for like 8 years. So my daddy, my other uncle, my uncles, them, they went to foster care. And my daddy got sent to New York with his dad. And you know, so that hustle and the music scene and stuff like that, my daddy brought that in. He put that in me, you know.
Got you. So now you on your grind, you doing your music. Like, once you was getting into music, especially like in South Georgia, because I'm trying to think who was popping at the time. I was there in '08, and I can't think of the dude name.
Probably
He
was
was from
Swayze.
yeah,
Swayze,
going
baby.
crazy.
He just got out of prison
Damn,
for conspiracy to murder. He just did like 4 years.
damn.
But me and him were beefing at one point in time. Me and him had got to beefing because he used to be in my hood. He had them went broke. And we had them, he was staying in the trap house with us. We were taking care of him. And when he got back on his feet, when Slip Aside had him gave him a lump sum out of his contract,
Got you.
he acted like he forgot about us. Like he went in. So we went to beefing with him and whatever, and then I had them called him out and stuff like that. When I ain't got no beef with him now, cause be honest, I feel like I'm doing better than him. I ain't saying that there's nothing wrong against him because he did prison time, but
Yeah.
I done caught him. I'm gone. he back there trying to reinvent himself.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
So you ended up going to prison. Like what led you on that path? How you ended up getting bammed up?
I went off to college. I was supposed to go to SCAD,
Okay.
but the tuition was so high. So instead, I went to Savannah State, which was the best and the worst decision I ever made in my life. I went to Savannah State trying to pursue my mass media career because I was doing videos and photography and stuff like that. So I went to Savannah State. I was there about a month. I was already a popular name because I was doing music. I had them hit World Star. I was real popular. I had them make World Star 3 times. My first time I made World Star, I was 15 years old. I shot a music video in the strip club. That went viral. So I was a popular little Instagram famous person. I got into it with a dude. He tried to rob me. I shot him. I got locked up. I made NBC News, stuff like that. So when I came home like Gucci, you know.
Got you.
I came home using it to benefit me because it was a self-defense case, you know. And a lot of people didn't understand. Like I couldn't really go into details about it, but I came home like, yeah, I'm the dude that did the Savannah State shooting, you know, because I knew I was gonna beat the case, you know.
So explain that, because like when you say Savannah State shooting, like was this in a public space that made it go?
It was in the University Village. It was an apartment complex right there on campus, right beside the football stadium. It was on a Friday night. It was September the 5th, 2014. I remember like it was yesterday. I was coming home. I was walking home. It was a whole bunch of people waiting outside my house. But I didn't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking everybody just gathering out there, you know, because it's Friday night. I thought everybody finna just party. But the whole time, they was waiting to see what these dudes was going to do to me.
Got you.
So when I walked toward my door, these dudes standing in front of my door like, bro, you ain't going nowhere. And then when I realized the same dude that I had them chopped it up with on Instagram that said he was gonna do this and that to me that I said I ain't want no smoke with, he was the one that like, you ain't going nowhere. So I'm like, brother, go on about your business. I knew I had my gun on me. I'm like, I know the law at the time. I can't just shoot him. He ain't did nothing to me. So he hit me. Him and the dude started kicking me or whatever. I reached in my pocket and then I shot. I had 7 bullets in my gun. The first bullet I missed. The other 6 I hit him. People ask me, they like, how he lived. I say, you know, God just was with him, you know.
Yeah.
You know, that I hit him 6 times. He still lived. You know. I shot him. I was on the run for a couple hours, probably like 5-6 hours. And then I seen I heard a description of the shooter. It wasn't me. They had a wrong description, but I was sitting there watching the news and I seen my Instagram pictures pop up, and my mama called me. That when I knew I was caught. Like once my mama called me, my Instagram picture popped up. They went on my Instagram, got all my pictures, cause I hadn't never been to jail before.
Yeah.
Once I seen that, I'm like, it's over with. I had them. I got one of my homeboys to go downstairs. Cause they had the whole campus on lockdown. Nobody could leave, nobody could go in, nobody could come out. So I either was gonna stay hidden in the apartment till the morning, or I was just gonna turn myself in. So I said, man, I'm gonna just go in and turn myself in, cause I don't want everybody to suffer. They can't even get back on school campus because of me. I told my homeboy to go down there to the U.S. Marshals and tell them that the person that they look for is in this apartment. And I'm ready to turn myself in. So they came up there with big old AK-47 and stuff like that. They grabbed me by my dreads. They looked up, they had a picture, and they took me down, and they interrogated me and stuff like that. But before I turned myself in, I already had my evidence together, like the proof where he had been threatening me, where I told him I didn't have nothing against him. I didn't even mention it on the other interview. The reason he said that he tried to rob me, the reason why he said that they came after me is because a girl lied. His girl lied and said I tried to rape her.
Damn.
But I didn't try to rape her. What happened was, and if you go watch my movie, you'll see. What happened was I was a big time player at the school, just like my cousin said he was. I guess he running our blood. I was a big time player. So we had a little kickback and they was drinking or whatever. We were having a good time. And I had them took Shada in the room. So I'm like, what you got going on? She went on what I was on. So I'm like, oh, okay. Well, you got to go then, because you done drunk out all my liquor and you ain't trying to do nothing. So I kicked out the apartment. The dude was outside the apartment. He had been stalking me. He seen his girl come out my apartment with his girl. He like, what you doing coming out of 3 apartment? She was like, oh, I was just at a little kickback he was throwing, but he tried to rape me.
Damn.
All this came upon after a lie. So when I went to court, after I was locked up, the officer came and she was like, Miss, I can't remember her name, the girl. She was like, he tried to rape me. So the judge was like, I mean, it was a black judge. He was like, so how did he try to rape you, ma'am? She was like, he pushed up on me. The judge was like, man, that ain't against the law. Like, he ain't sexually touch you and none of that. She was like, nah. He gave me $1,000 bond. I got out. And that's when my self-defense case came apart because I was looking at about 20 years.
Damn.
At the time, they hit me with a max on every charge. When I first got locked up, I had attempted murder and a whole bunch of other charges. And they came to me. The officer came to me. She was like, where's the gun? I don't know. Cause I didn't know. I got PTSD. I got diagnosed with PTSD from this case. I told her I didn't know. So she came at me with some more charges. At the time, I'm not knowing that they can just stack all kind of charges on you.
See what's
but ain't nothing. Majority of the time it might not stick. So I had like 20 charges. This my first time ever going to jail. Everybody in here, they like, "Lil' bro." I'm in Savannah, crab in the bucket city. They like, "Lil' bro, you better go and take your old 5 to 10, boy. Cause boy, you go to trial, boy." My lawyer telling me, the lawyer telling me like, man, if you go to trial, you can beat it, but you gonna be facing 5 years in prison. Man, if you do get 5 years in prison, the max you'll do off of 5 years in Georgia is a third of a 5, like a year and a half. Or you could take 10-year probation and go do 5 months in prison. So I took that. Like I said, going to prison was one of the best and worst decisions I ever made. I ended up meeting my homeboy that I met in Miami. From Miami, I met him in prison, and whenever I fell on low turns, I fell into a depression because I was getting money, but I started feeling low by myself. Like I had a goal. I'm from a country town, so I had a goal. I felt like I was like 23 at the time, so I feel like if you're not 23, you should have at least 23,000 saved up. So I had fell below my goal. I probably had like 15,000. So I fell into a depression, and I was suicidal and all.
Damn.
And my homeboy, he just seen what I was going through on Instagram. My partner shot a shot. I just got a phone with her earlier. She was like, man, 3, I see what you're going through, man. You need to come to, he like, man, you need to come to mine with me, man. I'll make sure you're straight, bro. I said, man, if you can make sure I'm going to make more money, I'm going to make more money than doing what I'm doing here, over there, man, I come. He paid me $1,000 for 90 days straight. And I ended up coming up out that depression. But then I went back into it because once I ended up getting money, like they say, like my mama just texted me earlier. She was like, cause I told her I feel like in a certain amount of time I'm gonna become a millionaire. She was like, don't let money change. I said, money ain't gonna change me. Only gonna change the people around me. Ever since I got money, not everybody around me got all these different habits and needs, and when I don't give it to them, now they, oh, you just think you all that because you, like, I really feel like that, like I slid in. Now I had to take a whole bunch of medication, I take medication for anxiety, depression, PTSD, schizophrenic, all that. My grandma was all that too, and my daddy is, so it run in my blood,
So you was diagnosed at the time you was diagnosed PTSD, you was diagnosed schizophrenic, or did you have an episode?
I had an episode with my brother. Me and my brother got into it. So I went to my brother, my big brother. He 32. I went to my big brother in confidence, telling him like, man, bro, I ain't got nothing but 15,000 to my name, bro. Man, I'm fucked up, man. So it was on my mama's birthday. It was last year, on March 25th, last year. We were arguing. He was like, yeah, I'm the big dog. Nah, I got more money than you, nigga. You broke. I spazzed on that nigga like he was a nigga in the street. I beat him so bad. He had to get his mouth stitched up. I had broke my foot and everything. I beat him bad. And my mama was like, you beat him like a nigga in the street. Cause he took what I talked to him about in confidence And even though he just said it in front of my mama,
Yeah.
it's just that it had been building up in me. And I had episode of my mama telling me, so, you need to go get seen about, because you just, I had been beating up everybody in my family. I had beat up my little brother. He called the police on me. I had just been taking out my anger on everybody. Anybody that just get on my bad side, I just beat the brakes off on.
Gotcha. Now, if you were to rank from 1 to 10, you feeling better now, how would you rank yourself?
My cousin, she told me I shouldn't take my medicine, but I feel way better. I feel like I'm on a 10.
On 10, why not 9?
Probably, I don't know. Well, cause like now, when I be lying to myself, like people be doing stuff to me, or people like diss me or something like that, I used to think about killing them and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But now that I take my medication, I be like, man, boy, you gonna do that, but you know they're gonna be 20 years, right? So I don't do it.
Yeah.
I swear I went to my doctor like 2 weeks ago, and she was like, do you still have thoughts of killing people? I was like, yeah. And then she just jotting everything. I had to go to a psychiatrist and all. I swear. I be having, like, niggas like, dude, it was a nigga ran off on me with like $800, nigga that I grew up with. I wanted to kill him. But my mama told me, she's like, son, don't even do it. Even though I got more $800. It's just a simple fact. Like, nigga, you trying me.
Yeah.
Like, I had to go see my doctor. I had to get myself together, man. I had to get my dose up on my anxiety, because I be taking Seroquel. They gave me 100 milligrams, and they wasn't doing nothing for me. I still was up at night just thinking about my life, just thinking about doing stuff to people. I had to get my dose up.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I'm not no doctor or anything, but you could kind of hear the kind of stuff that people, when they go to war in Iraq, can come back with, and then the inability to kind of control their emotions a little bit.
Yeah, that's why I don't do no shows. Like I said on the other show, all my homeboys are locked up. My partner Booger, my partner Dunk in the Feds, PK, all my whole crew that I started out with, everybody's locked up. I'm the only one out, so I don't do no shows, because I'm not trying to get. I don't want my life in nobody's hands that don't really care about me.
Gotcha.
Like I said on another interview, when I was in Atlanta, I had got interviewed, and they was asking me like, why you don't do no shows? I was like, because it was an incident where a dude I know, that I don't know, a dude that I know, his homeboy, the Quando situation.
Yeah.
Where Lil Tim killed King Von.
Yeah.
Because Von didn't have no Chicago niggas with him at that club.
Right.
He had Atlanta niggas with him that he had just met. So ain't no nigga finna put their life in danger like your day ones is.
Yeah.
I ain't finna make no new relationships. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get hurt.
Do you feel like, because you being a rapper, like country music artists are not running around thinking the way that you think.
Yeah.
R&B artists aren't thinking in the way that you think, nor pop artists or rock and roll artists. As a hip hop artist, like, isn't that like messed up in the culture, that the fact that the biggest money maker are shows?
Yeah.
And that you don't want to do it because of that threat.
And it's crazy, like, it be our own people that's trying to take us out. Like, soon they see you trying to have a little success. I got a country song too.
Yeah.
I just try to get over to that lane. That's doing numbers. But yeah, I ain't really worried about doing. I don't really focus on doing shows, because I make so much money off my royalties. Because I monetize all my stuff. Like I said, last year.
But it's kind of like a rob as a fan, because if I'm a fan and I'm listening to your music, I want to be able to see you do these in person.
Yeah.
But the fact, like, you feel like you can't, I feel like that's jacked up. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of messed up. But I think, I don't know, I'm in a position where I want to get the shooters out of hip hop.
Yeah.
Like they say, I think the biggest problem with hip hop is
they born every day though.
That's true. But now we got the real gangsters.
Yeah.
In hip hop. And that's what's making it so hard on everybody. Because too, your fans usually reciprocate the type of music you do. If you
the music you put out, like the music you put out, like if you go to acting like you bought that, on no amount of time for somebody gonna try you.
Yep, no, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, what the type of music you do? Because you go hard. Your music.
I rap about hustling. I rap about being like that because I am like that, and I'm not trying to boost or what. Like when I move around in my city, I have a bulletproof vest on.
Man, that's a terrible ass way to live.
You know what I'm saying? Because like my dad'd be telling me, like, son, like when I'm in Moultrie, I don't even go to public places like Walmart and stuff like that. My dad be like, son, ain't that serious? I'm like, man, yes it is. Because These niggas waiting on the viral moment.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, it's a lot of niggas that want to kill me. I done got death threats plenty of times. It's a lot of niggas want me dead, but I try my best to stay. I don't be accessible. I go through my city to pay homage because niggas be hollering about I can't come to the city, but I don't just be still sitting in the hood or nothing like that. I ain't stupid.
Got you. Now, when it come to music, like right now, man, like what are you working on? Like what's the thing that if a person haven't heard of you, what should they go check that represents you best in your catalog?
My new album, Blue Acorn, I feel like it's my best body of work because I'm in my best stage of life. Like I'm not doing the nickel and diming, hustling stuff I used to do. Like I can just really do whatever I want to do. Like I'm living, I'm on the road, I'm having fun, you know. Me and my partners, we be on yachts, we be in the club. Like I go to the club with them boys in Miami because don't nobody know me.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't go in Georgia. Like
Gotcha.
I say my homeboy, he got $250,000 in jewelry, he got Range Rover and stuff like that. We be in Houston, we be in Cali, stuff like that. I go places where people don't know me. You know what I'm saying? We living life. Like we just enjoying ourselves, you know. So that's what I make music off my vibe.
Got
so
you.
That's why I only record in Miami because that's when I feel my best. You know, whenever I'm in Moultrie, I might make a song about or hey, one of my ops I just seen riding down the road, but I'm in Miami. Them niggas don't even exist.
Damn, that's some country shit. Your ops riding down the road.
Yeah, you know, Moultrie, like you can ride around the whole city in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that's like in East Texas. They ride horses and they can get around that boy about. I feel it. You know, I've been down there. You know, it's cool.
Man, in my city, man, like mostly all my ops from my hood. You know.
It's probably your cousins too.
Yeah, I'm beefing with one of my. How I came up with the country song. One of my cousins, we got into the studio. Like I said in the other interview, I can never be cool with him again because he got some dudes who robbed my brother.
Damn.
It's my own cousin, my first cousin. We got to beefing because he ran off on me with $20,000, and then so I dissed him. So instead of him taking it out on me, he took it out on my brother. He went out on social media bragging about, like, yeah, we got your brother, nigga. What you gonna do about it? They robbed my brother. Robbed my brother for $10,000. My brother, he don't do nothing but go home to work and back. They waited on my brother. They knew his every move. He came outside and he walked up on the pool with a gun. My brother don't do nothing to nobody. He don't bother nobody. I'm saying, bro, y'all niggas ain't no real gangsters. Y'all gangsters, y'all would have came to me, but they knew if they came to me, what was gonna happen.
Man.
My own cousin.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. Be safe out here.
I'm gonna definitely.
Man,
I don't like people telling me to be safe. You know, where I'm from, we say stay dangerous.
I don't want you to stay dangerous either, man. I want you to be rich.
Yeah.
There we go. We're going to switch it to that. Just be rich. And the only way you can be rich is if you allowed to see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, well, 3Stripes, man, I appreciate you sitting down with me, man. Hey, I would say, hey, I'll be in Atlanta and we can go down to the country, but
I might be in Atlanta, though. I might be in Atlanta. When I leave from here, Thursday, I got to fly back to Miami.
Okay.
And then I'm finna do another project. And then I might go to Detroit with him, but I don't know. Because I'm supposed to be going to Tallahassee for FAMU homecoming. I'm trying to do a whole bunch of promo. I'm trying to do a big promo run. I got to do the footwork. I ain't trying to pay nobody to do it.
I feel it.
Trying to like get my fan base and get people to see me. I got the posters with my QR code on it.
Okay.
So, you know what I'm saying? I'm putting the flyers in people's cars in their windshield trying to, you know. Because I got social media.
For sure. On rock. That shit popular.
That's nothing. You know, I want to let people see me for real. You know, they see me on social media. They see me with money and stuff like that. They be like, oh, that nigga might be having somebody else money. That might be prop money.
Yeah.
That nigga might be capping in his raps. But I want to get in touch with the fans. And, you know, that's why I came out here to do this. I've been reaching out to everybody trying to, you know.
Hey, man. Well, I appreciate you sitting down with me. Hey, we'll definitely exchange information here shortly, man. But
I appreciate
you're always welcome back, man. Till we meet again, 3Stripes. Peace.